Hey out there, glad you could join me today on Basically Speaking from the Thaco Factor, where we're taking a look at the 5th edition starter rules and the player's handbook. This is for all of you players that are new to the game and also new to 5th edition. Today we're taking a look at part 2 of the 7 primary races in Dungeons & Dragons and why I think these 3 races were not included in this basic rules in the starter set. Are you ready? Here we go. If you like what you see here, please consider subscribing. If you have any questions about what I cover, feel free to ask. Now, if you have suggestions of future topics, put them in the comments down below. I make it a point to answer everybody in a timely manner. Also, when I hit 300 subscribers, I'm going to be giving away the 4-panel map set of Greyhawk to one lucky subscriber. Each of these were featured in an issue of Dungeon Magazine back in 2005. It was issues 118, 119, 120, and 121. The best part of this deal is these maps don't have staple holes in them, which means I purchased them directly from the printer. Now, in my previous video, we looked at the first 4 primary races of Dungeons & Dragons. They were the dwarf, the elf, halfling, and of course humans. If you didn't see that video, check it out. There's a link up here. The 3 races I'm covering today are found in the 5th edition Player's Handbook. First race is the gnome. Gnomes are bright and cheerful by nature, living in warrens and villages, standing roughly about 3 feet tall and weighing close to 45 pounds. You get an added +2 bonus to your intelligence with a gnome, giving you the edge for being a magic using class, such as a sorcerer, warlock, or wizard. Being alive is the best part of the day. They delight in it. It's also a favorite pastime for the gnomes. Just like to sit around and lounge in the sun. They can live up to 3 to 4 centuries. That's a long time. Like with other races, other than the humans, of course, gnomes are broken down into 2 sub-races. First you have the forest gnome. Here you get a +1 added to your dexterity, making you quick and stealthy. Also, with a forest gnome, you're a natural illusionist, and you know the cantrip Minor Illusion because of your inherited gnomish intelligence. Also, you have the ability to speak with forest animals. You love and keep squirrels, badgers, rabbits, moles, woodpeckers, and other small woodland creatures as pets. I already know what everybody's going to be thinking. This sounds like the making of the next Ash Ketchum. Woodland creatures. You gotta catch them all. Then, you have the more rugged and well-known gnome out there, the rock gnome. You get a constitution bonus of +1 with the rock gnome. You have a natural intuitiveness about yourself also, giving you the edge, like a +2 for your history checks when it comes to things like magical items, alchemical objects, and technological objects. I can also see the rock gnome taking up the mantle of a magic user or someone in the magical arts, such as a warlock or a wizard. Now we're going to get into the 2 hybrid races. First we have the half-elf. These guys take on the best features of both of their parents, but they really don't fit in with either world, human or elven. A half-elf stand between 5 and 6 feet tall and weigh roughly between 100 and 180 pounds. Depending on where you grow up at. Just like humans, you reach adulthood around age 20. Now, because of your elven parentage, though, you could possibly exceed 180 years. And you also have dark vision. And you get a +2 increase to your charisma, and a +1 to 2 other abilities of your choice, making you a great option to be a bard. After all, your stories will be more believable, and also you'll be more likable. Lastly, we have the half-orcs. Now, in most cases, your mother was a human and your father was an orc. You're roughly between 5 and 6 feet tall and have a medium build. You get a +2 bonus to your strength ability, and you also get a +1 to your constitution. Like every race except for humans again, you get dark vision. You're also intimidating to the other player character races that I've mentioned thus so far. That's not all. When you roll a critical, you get an added roll with your damage die against your foe, increasing more damage to them. Because of your orc parentage, you have a strong code of honor. While on your human side, you're able to display more empathy in some cases, even kind-heartedness toward those that are a little on the less fortunate side than yourself. This would make you an excellent choice for either a fighter or even a paladin for that matter. But you're best suited to be a barbarian. Now, the reason why I feel that gnomes, half-elves, and half-orcs aren't included in the basic rules or in the starter set box set is dwarves, elves, halflings, and humans have been the main player character races since the basic rules back in the 1970s. Also, with gnomes, you get a bit of complexity added in there for a new player to have to try to understand. With all the added traits and the ability of forest gnomes being able to use cantrips, even if you're not a magic user, that can get to be confusing. Also, rock gnomes being tinkers of mechanical items that could possibly even be used in battle. Now that can cause also a level of confusion. Another thing with the half-elf and the half-orc, you start to get into interbreeding among the races, where problems of fitting in and being shunned by other races can become problematic. This happened to me when I was playing a half-orc character. He was a fighter and was going against a pretty good sized mini-boss who just happened to be another half-orc who was a fast talker and was trying to convince me to join his side and turn on my party. After all, you know, half-orcs fighting together, common cause, right? After he was defeated, the party was looking at me as the one that could have killed off every member of this party if I'd have chose to turn on them and go down that path. Now trust me, animosity and distrust are both killers for a party. It's best to be in a party from the very beginning when the campaign starts, then be the one that's added in when a player decides they're going to leave the group for one reason or another. Because you just don't know what the party dynamic is and where they stand on certain things. And no matter how hard you try to fit in, there's always going to be that one player that's just like kryptonite to you. Honestly, it happens all the time. There you go. The 7 primary races in Dungeons & Dragons. I hope this video and the previous video were very informative for you. I'll see you next time when I start to go over the classes and different options that you can have within the class you choose to play. So, thank you for watching. Now, class dismissed.